Hi, I'm Susan from Inside Out Yoga. Welcome to this strong and aligned vinyasa flow practice. Today's practice will be a well-rounded practice, and I'm going to give you some options to add some more fire, some more strength building to your vinyasas, which you can take or leave depending on how you feel today. For this class, you may or may not want props. I always like to have props available, so I have a blanket, 2 blocks, and a strap. So if you have those, go ahead and put them off to the side. And we'll start in downward facing dog. So start by aligning your wrists beneath your shoulders. Feet are in line with your sitting bones. Push your hips up and back. Make your arms and legs strong. Little lift to the low belly. And let your head go 100%. If you like, you can alternate bending knees. You can keep your knees bent, or you can straighten them. Either way, find some stillness now, and shift into your Ujjayi pranayama. Slow the breath down. Smooth the breath out. And start to find a little bit of stillness. A few more breaths. Then inhale to plank pose, top of a push-up, shoulders over the wrists. Gaze down the bridge of your nose. Arms and legs are strong, low belly's lifted. Feel the rib cage expanding and releasing to your breath. Downward facing dog. In and out of dog to your breath. Inhale to plank. Exhale to dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to dog. Continue with that or add a push-up in between, pushy dog. So you're inhaling to plank. Chaturanga, which can be from the knees, back to plank, downward facing dog. A couple more times, optional to add a push-up from the toes or the knees. And keep your shoulders above your elbows, or certainly not lower than your elbows when you do your chaturanga. One more time like that. Hold your chaturanga. Then push the floor down to lower yourself down. And inhale to cobra, any height you like. Lower back down. Legs are strong. Inhale, shoulders lift. Inner hands press, upper arms turn out as you move in and out of your cobra, Bhujangasana. Next inhale, come to up dog. Feel free to stay with your cobra of any height. All 10 toenails pressing. Tailbone moving back, chest forward and up. Downward facing dog, go back. Next inhale, look past your hands. And as you exhale, feet to hands, however you want to get them there. Lift halfway and fold into Uttanasana. Do that again. Inhale, half lift, chest away from navel, and fold Uttanasana. Last time like that, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold Uttanasana, shifting the weight so you're over the center of the feet
versus the heels. Let your head go 100%. My knees are bent, yours can be straighter. You just want to stretch a little bit of the low back. Don't worry so much about legs being straight. Inhale, reach up, stand up, press your feet. Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms lift. Fold, exhale. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, step to plank and lower chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, inhale, hug ankles in. Downward facing dog, go back. Breath in, breath out. Next, inhale, lift your heels, look past your hands. Feet to hands as you exhale. Lift halfway, weight shifts forward. Fold, exhale. Reach up, stand up, strong legs. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. Another one like that. Inhale, arms lift. Fold, exhale. Lift halfway, inhale. Step or hop, plank chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Make sure you're pressing your inner hands and turning your upper arms out as you hug your triceps in. Make sure you're pressing into your feet evenly as you lift your thighs straight up, straight back. Low belly stays lifted. Head is heavy. Inhale, come high on your toes, look past your hands. Feet to hands, exhale. Lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold, Uttanasana. Reach up, stand up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. Inhale, reach the arms up. Fold, exhale. Lift halfway, inhale, listen. Exhale, step to plank. Hold plank, or give me 10 mountain climbers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, plank. Take a vinyasa or not. Up dog. Downward facing dog, just adding a little bit of fire. Next, inhale, bend knees, look past hands, feet to hands, step or hop. Lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold, Uttanasana. Reach up, stand up, inhale. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. One more time, inhale, arms lift. Fold, exhale. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, step to plank. Give me 3 push-ups or hold plank. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Plank, this can be from the knees. Chaturanga. Plank. Chaturanga. Then up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. Make sure your shoulders stay above your elbows or at least the same height but no lower if you're doing those push-ups. You can also add those mountain climbers. Just giving you options to kind of add more fire to your flows. Inhale, let's lift the right leg up and back, dog split. Exhale, knee to nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, look forward, place your foot between your hands, and come into a high lunge. Slightly bend your back knee, keep your pelvis neutral, lift your lower belly. Stay here or add some dips. Inhale, exhale, lightly tap your left knee. Lift,
tap. Lift, tap. Lift, tap. Lift, tap. Lift, hold, and come into a hover lunge. Straighten the back leg, arms forward. If you need support, just bring them to the floor on blocks or on your mat. Then bring your hands to the floor. Let's take a dog split. Inhale. Exhale, one-legged plank. Push up, chaturanga. One-legged plank to dog split. To a one-legged flow. Plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Next inhale, lift left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose for 5, 4, 3, 2. Look between your hands, place your foot forward, high lunge, inhale. Back knee stays bent as needed to keep the pelvis upright. Pressing evenly through the feet. So big toe side, little toe side. Take those optional dips. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Hands can come to heart if you prefer. Dip, lift, dip, lift, dip, lift, hover lunge. Legs are strong, low belly's lifted. Bring your hands to the floor. Let's inhale, dog split. To a one-legged plank. One-legged chaturanga. One-legged plank to dog split. To a one-legged flow. Take or leave those. Do 2 legs as needed. Modify as needed. Breath in, breath out. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose for 5, 4, 3, 2. Dog split, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow for 5, 4, 3, 2. Dog split with a twist. Reach through that right arm as you bring that right knee up. Keep your low belly lifted. Back to neutral dog split. Virabhadrasana B, right foot forward, back heel pivots, up and over. Sink low in your B. Torso nice and upright and even on both sides. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Feel as though you're lifting the bones behind the ears towards the ceiling. Reverse warrior, inhale. Parsvakonasana, let's bring your forearm to your thigh, left arm up and over. Reverse warrior. Forearm to thigh, arm up and over. Option to release this arm in an unsupported Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, unsupported Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, unsupported Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reverse. Hold. Pausing, turn that chest, keep the low belly lifted. Sink lower if you can. Reverse one more time, sink deeper. Cartwheel to the mat. Dog split. One-legged pushy dog, that's a chaturanga, back to your dog split. One-legged flow. Landing in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose for 5, 4, 3, 2.
Dog split again. Knee to left elbow for 5, 4, 3, push the floor away from you, 2, dog split with a twist. Reaching especially through that left arm, low belly stays lifted. Triceps hug in. Lift the leg up, inhale, dog split. Virabhadrasana B, left foot forward, warrior 2, windmill up and over. Sink low, make your legs strong. Lift the bones behind the ears towards the ceiling. And notice how that softens your shoulders. Reverse your warrior, left arm up and over. Parshva Konasana, forearm to the thigh, right arm up and over. Legs are strong, chest turns. Reverse warrior, left arm up and over. Parshva Konasana. Stay here or release your bottom arm. You can also make jazz hands. Unsupported Parshva Konasana. Reverse. Unsupported Parshva Konasana. Reverse. Unsupported Parshva Konasana. Reverse. Unsupported Parshva Konasana. Hold. Turn that chest, squeeze your hips. One more time, reverse, sink deeper. Cartwheel into a lunge. Dog split, left leg up. One-legged pushy dog. So one-legged chaturanga. Dog split. One-legged chaturanga. Two-legged up dog. Downward facing dog. Vashisthasana, right side. Right hand about a handprint forward. Spin to outer right foot. Stack your feet. Feel free to modify by bringing this foot in front of the hip or dropping the right knee to the floor. Vashisthasana, left side, left hand down, spin to outer left foot. Think of the back body as gently pressing against a wall, pressing your inner left hand, pinky side of the left foot, and lifting bottom hip. Right side again, you can modify this as we move back and forth, side to side. Try to maintain control. Land on your right side. And take a wild thing, top foot behind bottom. Reach left arm up and over. Strong right leg. Low belly lifts. From here, Virabhadrasana A, warrior 1. So come back to center, left leg lifts, send it forward, pivot back, heel flat, Vira A. Keep that low belly lifted, back leg very strong. Reach softly through your fingers. Humble warrior, clasp behind your sacrum. Coil the chest up, back leg very strong. As you bow forward, keep pressing the back heel and think of something you're grateful for. I am grateful for you guys. Up and over, back of the mat, Vira B. Whoops. To Trikonasana, straighten the front leg. Side bend over your leg. Use a block if you like, or just press into your leg. Just like Vashisthasana, back body against a wall, legs are strong. Ardha Chandrasana, take top hand to hip, half moon pose. Look forward, reach for your block if you like. Make your legs and hips strong first and then turn the chest open. Arm reaches, I usually use a block for this, but I was too lazy to get it. See if my alignment's okay, it's harder. Let's come to that yogi referee again, that unsupported Parsvakonasana. Slow transition, bend front knee. Slow-mo, reach your fingers forward as you lightly land your back heel. Reverse your warrior. Cartwheel into a lunge and take a Vashisthasana, left side. Nice and strong in your Vashisthasana. Body like a plank of wood. Press into whatever's touching the floor and lift up and away from that. Modify as needed. And then switch sides. Right hand down, spin open. And continue, and these are optional. You can hold your Vashisthasana, child pose goes without saying. You can modify, lots of options. Keep going. We'll land on the left side, so next time you're on your left, hold. Breathe. Take your wild thing. Coming onto the ball of the right foot. Lift the lower belly, lift your hips high. And then from here, we'll come into Vira A again. So kind of straighten yourself up, right foot forward. Pivot back, heel flat, all the way up. Vira A, warrior one. These lunge positions are always so much about the back leg that we tend to forget about. So if you really ground the outer edge of that back foot and really make your legs strong, then you've got so much strength to find your beautiful alignment in this pose. Humble warrior, clasp the unusual way behind your sacrum. Coil the chest, make your back leg even stronger. What are you grateful for as you bow? Front of the mat, Vira B, windmill up. Exhale over. Find your footing. Sink down as you lift up. Straighten the front leg, lift front arm up, Trikonasana triangle. Position is key in all of these, so you always want to find the position, where your body is in space. Back of the head in line with back of the pelvis. And then you activate, pressing the feet, lifting the legs, belly strong as you turn open. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, top hand to hip. Look down, reach for your block if using. I'm going to try it without. Both legs super strong as you turn your chest. Maybe arm reaches, maybe not today. Maybe gaze lifts towards your top hand, maybe not today. Yogi referee again, unsupported Parsvakonasana. Make that strong transition, slow-mo, land lightly as you can. Some days better than others, turn open. Reverse your warrior. Cartwheel down, and let's just come to downward facing dog. Stay in dog, or inhale to plank and hold. Stay holding plank, or 10 mountain climbers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe a vinyasa, maybe extra push-ups. Landing in downward facing dog. Let's inhale right leg up and back, dog split. Bring your knee to your chest. And then turn that leg out, bring it over to the left side of your mat for a tripod lunge. Pushing into the floor, back heel vertical. Press into the pinky side of your right foot and draw the outer edge of your leg towards your right hip. Good. Rock star, right hand forward, also called drunken triangle. You're spinning your back foot flat like a Vera B. Foot, reach open. This knee is lifting. Come back to your tripod lunge. Knee to chest. Let's take a dog split. Choices to stay, to do a one-legged push-up, one-legged flow after that, child's pose, any of those. Landing in dog. Inhale to plank, hold plank, or 10 mountain climbers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog or a vinyasa. Left leg up, knee to chest. Tripod lunge, shoot the leg to the right. This knee can be bent. You're on the outer edge of that left foot, but you're lifting the out seam towards the hip. Right heel disappears behind your vision. Arms super strong here. Rock star, left hand forward. Spin open, back foot like Vera B. Left leg is the same. Back to tripod lunge. Knee to chest, dog split. Regular dog or pushy dog. Regular flow or one-legged flow, or modified or no flow. Land in dog. One more time, plank. Mountain climbers, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. And let's come to dolphin. Lower your forearms, elbows beneath your shoulders. Let your head go. Walk your feet in so shoulders above the elbows. Knees can be bent. Lift the thighs up and press them back. Heels off or closer to the floor. Forearm plank, walk your feet back. Shoulders above the elbows roughly. Low belly's lifted as the thighs press towards the ceiling. Side forearm plank, roll to your right side. You can drop your bottom knee. You're leaning against a wall, not really leaning, but your body's lightly pressing. Just like regular side plank, Vashisthasana. Left elbow down, other side. And then switch back and forth or stay on one side. Or take a Watchasana where you're just watching. Sweaty, sweaty work. One more time each side. Take a forearm plank. And then left palm, right palm to plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back, dog split. Knee to chest, 5, 4, 3, 2. Right foot forward, Vira A again, warrior 1. Parsvottanasana variation, straighten the front leg. Frame your foot with your hands or blocks. Scooch in a little bit more as you send your right hip straight back and your chest straight forward. The more you ground your back heel, the easier it is to lengthen the spine, which is what you really want. Keeping the spine long, you can bow over your front leg, so you add a tiny little twist. Head towards foot. And then twist, bring your left hand inside your foot. I usually use a block. Right hip back, chest forward, turn open. Squeeze your hips. You want to keep your spine really long when you twist. You want to keep your axial extension, that length through the center of the spine. Like your spine is a shish kebab skewer and you're just spiraling around it. Bring your hands to the floor, bend your front knee. Let's come into a high lunge. Reach the arms up. Hover lunge, arms forward, and we'll twist left elbow, right leg. See if you can connect index thumb knuckles and bring your thumbs to your chest. And then keeping the back leg strong, again, back leg key in lunges, turn your chest, bottom ribs to top. Right hip moves straight back. Spin open again, hover lunge. And let's come to a half standing split. Bring your hands forward, lift your back leg up, right hip straight back, chest forward. And then you can fold a little bit over your leg. Left leg lifts a little higher maybe. Grab your ankle, one or both hands. Back to a hover lunge. Bend your knee. You can keep holding your ankle as you bend your knee. Slowly reach your arms forward as you bring your back heel down. Frame your foot with your hands. Let's take a dog split again. One-legged pushy dog, maybe. One-legged flow. Back to plank. Hold 10 mountain climbers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Left leg up and back, inhale. Virabhadrasana A, warrior 1, left foot forward. Reach the arms up. Keep your back leg super strong. Twist your ribs so the chest faces the front of your mat. Keep the low belly lifted. Parsvottanasana variation, hands frame your foot. Blocks are awesome here, particularly for tight hamstrings. Bring the back foot in, and then send the left hip straight back, chest forward. And this is basically the blueprint. From there, maybe fold over your front leg a little bit. Not if it's tipping your pelvis back, then you've lost it. Crown of the head towards the foot. Inner spiral of the back leg. Pavrita Trikonasana, twisted triangle. Right hand inside the foot, blocks usually for most people. Left hip moves back, chest forward, spin open, and reach the arm up. Squeeze your hips, lift your low belly, get more length in the central axis and turn around that like that skewer. Maybe look up at your top hand. Your hand can also stay on your hip. Bring the hands down. Let's come back to Vera A. Move your foot back a little, reach up. And then to a high lunge. So back heel is vertical now, front thigh sinks down. Hover lunge, reach forward, back leg again strong, and twist right elbow outside left leg. Thumbs to sternum, squeeze in with your hips, your shoulders, and twist bottom ribs to top. The twisting comes from the ribs. It initiates from the belly. I'm in no way using this leverage to crank myself open. This is all from my center. How's the breath? Left hip straight back. Half standing split, head down, hands on blocks or floor. Send that back leg up, and again, left hip straight back, chest forward. Stay here or begin to bow. I always bend my front knee. You can keep yours straight. I don't care how high that back leg lifts. If you want a balance challenge today, grab your ankle. There'll be some wobbling. And if you're challenged in your balance, that means you're doing it right. Slow-mo to a hover lunge. You can keep your ankle as you bend your front knee. Slow-mo, reach arms forward as leg moves back, nice and control. Hands to the floor. You have options. Dog split to a one-legged pushy dog or two-legged. Skip the vinyasa or take it. Add push-ups if you like. One last round of mountain climbers. Take or leave. Plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to downward facing dog. We're going to come into a seat and then onto our backs for a little bit of core work because, we haven't gotten enough. Lift your hips, look past your hands, cross ankles, land. Lie on your backs. Let's take a moment, first moment of a little bit of rest. Constructive rest, knees together, feet wide, arms wide. And even just like for a moment, grateful for this body. Whatever it's managing to do on your mat today. We could just lie here, couldn't we? But alas, let's hug knees to chest. This is one of my favorite things to do for the core. It's simple, but I think it's so effective. So we've done this in some of the other practices. Start by bringing left foot to the floor, knee bent. Clasp your right hamstring and lift the heel to the sky and really press that right leg into your hands, resisting with your hands. Straighten left leg Tadasana on the floor. Lift your lower belly. And imagine you're continuing to press the right thigh forward as you reach your arms overhead. You can stay with your heel on the floor or hover it as low as you can off the floor. Low belly lifts. If you really want more, you can also lift head, neck, shoulders, maybe even reach your arms overhead that way. I'm going to choose to stay on the floor. You do you, Big Daddy. That's a Corey Hassman moment. My favorite humorous writer, Corey Stewart Hassman. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Legs nice and strong. Let's just hug that knee in. Plant the left foot. Switch sides, right foot to the floor. Left heel to the sky, legs strong, clasp hamstrings. Straighten right leg, Tadasana leg. Really think about pressing your left thigh into your hands. So that's kind of key to this. And then imagine you're still doing it as you reach your arms overhead. Imagine you're still doing it as you hover your right foot. And right away, my low back tends to arch when I do that. If I lift my pubic bone towards my navel and bring my hip points toward one another, that just takes care of it. And I'm back to neutral spine. And everybody has to do that to different degrees, depending on the shape of their spine, the flexibility, and certainly how much core strength you have on a given day. Just breathing, keeping your alignment, coming out as needed. Again, heel could be on the floor. You can even bend your knee, plant your foot. If you want more, you can do this like Moeller does. Now let's come out, hug knee to chest. Let's hug both knees. And then let's send both legs to the sky again. Arms by your sides. Keep your legs where they are, or lower them, maybe 45 degrees, but not so much that you are overarching your low back. You can also place your hands beneath your pelvis, but really try to lift that low belly. We're going to lower one leg at a time, so we'll inhale and exhale, lower right to a hover. I hate these. Lift up, lower left, lift up, right. We'll do 5 each side. That was 2. Keep alternating. 3. You might be at a different rate. 3 again. 4. 4 again. 5. We'll call this 5A. 5B. Hold, keep squeezing, lifting your lower belly, legs strong, maybe lower them a little more. Maybe reach your arms overhead. Oh, hug knees to chest. Let that go. Rock side to side. Let's do one more thing for the abdominals. This is more for the obliques. Jatara Parvattanasana, stomach churning pose. I have recently begun to be able to do this with straight legs. I used to keep my legs bent. So we'll do the first round with legs bent. Make sure you're not straining and that you feel supported and strong. Whether your legs are bent or straight, so I'm starting with legs bent, squeeze your knees, squeeze your legs together as though they were one leg. And then we'll inhale here, and as you exhale, send your right hip forward and bring your knees towards your left arm. Churn your left ribs to your right, like you're churning your stomach. Bring the legs back to center, right above the hips, and then do the same thing. Squeeze the legs, send left hip forward so the knees move towards the right wrist, really, but this left hip moves forward. This shoulder tries to ground, and the right ribs turn to the left. And then you'll swing them back to the center right above the hips. So you could keep your knees bent, or you could straighten your legs. We'll inhale, and then exhale, right hip forward, feet towards your wrist. Churn the belly to the right. Come back to center, heels above hips, and then left hip forward, feet towards right wrist. Swing it back to center, and keep doing that, side to side. Right hip forward, feet to left wrist. Back to center, left hip forward, feet to right wrist, but the belly is turning away from your feet. Back to center, right hip forward, feet to left wrist. I'm getting tired. Back to center, left hip forward, feet to right wrist. Back to center. Hug your knees to your chest. Take a moment. Let's do a couple of easy back bends. So bridge pose, set to Bandhasana. If you are toast and you want to take a restorative bridge pose, then you'll put a block beneath your sacrum of whatever height feels right for you. But let's start with the position. Always you want to get the position correct. So heels in line with sitting bone, feet dead ahead, knees face the ceiling, arms by your sides. Let's do robot arms today. Make robot arms. So elbows in line with your waist, palms face each other, fingers face the ceiling like you've got robot arms. Press your inner feet and your arm bones and lift your hips, your torso all the way up. And just keep pressing, especially the upper arms, the inner feet. Those are anchors here. Your head is heavy, but you're not pressing it, so your neck feels pretty soft. Feel as you press your inner feet that your outer hips lift up and your inner thighs roll down. For me, I need this core support, so I'm lifting my low belly. Of course, this is a strength move again. You can feel your butt, your hamstrings. Always about strength for me, or mostly. Let's lower the pelvis, the torso down. And come into constructive rest for a moment. Knees together, feet wider than your hips. Arms in a chill, open position. Repeat that variation of Setu Bandhasana bridge pose, or we can add a little bit more. So let's start all of us with robot arms. Correct position for the feet, that Tadasana alignment. And then press inner feet, upper arms lift up. And then reach your arms out to the sides. You might grab the edges of your mat, feel how that widens the chest, and roll the shoulders under. And then your chest is even wider. And maybe you can clasp underneath your hips and roll the shoulders under more. Either way, inner feet press, outer hips lift, upper arms press, and then feel as though you could turn your upper arms out. Head is just heavy, it's not pressing, neck is soft. Love this abdominal stretching after our work. And then release your arms back to the sides. And lower trunk and pelvis one unit. You can come back to robot arms as you do that, so you have the support of your arms as well. We will take one more back bend in supine, so repeat either of those. You can also, again, restorative, put a block beneath your sacrum. I'm going to come into Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow pose. So hands between ears and shoulders. Come to the top of the head lightly, hug arms in, and then straighten them. And the feet tend to be sneaky, so I kind of err on the side of pigeon-toeing them and bring them in a little, so heels still in line with sitting bones. You can't really tell, unless you've got a teacher there to tell you, or a mirror, but even then. Inner hands press, inner feet press. Legs turn in, upper arms turn out. Head nice and heavy. Great, lower yourself to the top of the head lightly and come all the way down. Rest, constructive rest pose. I would like to stretch the outer hips, and so many ways to do that. So I'm going to show you a couple things to do. First one, thread the needle. Let's start right side. So that's a great thing to do. Thread the needle, pulling left leg back. Right leg presses into left, and make sure this top ankle is flexed. You can also take a restorative variation of that, where you'd keep your figure 4, left foot on the floor, arms in a T, and you just let the leg fall to the left, so foot would be on the floor. And that's just a restorative variation. You're still getting that hip stretch. You can also take pigeon pose. So I think all of you know pigeon. Hip points diagonally face the mat as you lower down. Right hip back. Or you can take a double pigeon. So for this, I'll mirror you. Right ankle on left thigh,
Flexing the ankle, lift the chest and then fold forward. Bring your hands with you. If you have a block to rest your head, that's awesome. Lower down as you can. I don't have a block handy, even though I said I did. I put it off to the side. I'm too lazy to get it. So I'm going to support my chin with my hands. So looking for a stretch outer right hip that you can relax into of your figure 4 of choice here. Start to let the breath just release. Close your eyes. And imagine you could send breath to that outer right hip. Really focus the sending of the breath there. Really feel the breath moving there. Of course it doesn't, but it's a way of sending your attention there, as well as your intention to release, to open, to find space. Exhales allow that hip to become heavier. It moves away from the shoulder. So a couple more breaths. If you're in pigeon, lift yourself up, go to dog. If you're in thread the needle, come into constructive rest. If you're in double pigeon like I am, sit back up and switch sides. So left ankle, right leg, left foot forward for pigeon. Always inhaling length and then coming into your pose. It's always interesting to note the differences between your sides. When I teach and when I practice, I almost always start with the left side, even though it's traditional in yoga to start with the right. And the reason I do that is generally we'll spend longer on the first side. So I feel that it's evening out most of us who have a little bit of unevenness, and generally right side is a little looser. Not always. Try to relax into your position, so instead of white knuckling and resisting the pose, send breath there. Send awareness there. Don't look away from the challenge, look at it. And see if you can find some softness within that awareness. Notice how the breath is slowing down. If you need more breath, by all means, take deeper breaths, smooth it out more. Otherwise, if you can, just kind of let the breath start to wind itself down. Exhales soften. Exhales meet the demand of this challenge. Whatever shape you're in, start to come out, dog for pigeon people. Thread the needle's constructive rest. We're going to end before Shavasana with Supta Baddha Konasana. So supine bound angle, lay yourself down if you're not there already. In this, I am going to use my blocks. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, and I'm putting my blocks on an angle outside my legs. The closer in, the more support. So you may not want support. My groins always feel like they're strained in this pose, so I don't want that. I just want a mild stretch. And while I'm here with props, blanket on my hips always feels good. And then arms as though they were in Shavasana. We're just going to be here about a minute or so. I have many students who love this pose as their Shavasana. So if you are 100% comfortable after this minute, if you feel like you could almost go to sleep, then feel free to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana for your Shavasana. Entire body weight is descending on your exhales. Really feel those contact points with whatever's beneath you, whatever's supporting you. And trust that support as you sink more heavily into it. Notice how that trust translates into softness again. Into not a guarding or a gripping. It's like water. The heavier water is so heavy, but yet it's so soft and yielding. So see if you can feel those energies in your body, heavy, yet soft and yielding. Strong yet capable to move mountains. Stay here longer as you like, or come into Shavasana. Legs stretch out if you like. Toes face the two bottom corners of your mat. Start to deepen your breath. Lick your lips, take a swallow. Gently begin to move your fingers and your toes. Keep feeling into the body and let your body tell you how to come out of the pose. Moving organically, intuitively, as you make your way out of Shavasana and back into a seat. Find that nice tall spine. Close your eyes. And notice the effects of your practice on your body and on your mind. What might you take with you from this practice off the mat today? Bring your hands to your heart. Acknowledge you showed up for practice. And let's end as we always do with a moment of gratitude. There's always so much to be grateful for, especially our health, our loved ones, our connection to each other, for the infinite possibilities that surround us in each moment. Thumbs to forehead, to heart center. Bow your heads. I cannot tell you how much I miss you guys. Thanks for practicing with me. Namaste.